It just happens that we're a software as a service company. And by implementing a trust, we're thinking about the longer term meaning of this company. I'm Brad Herrmann. I'm co-founder here at Textimal. We are the first software as a service company to implement an employee ownership trust. Being the first software as a service company to implement an employee-owned trust puts us in a special position. It highlights how different the two options are between what we celebrate typically in our modern economy and an alternative, different way of looking at what is the end game for a business that you've built. And option one, you built a software company. You just sold it for millions of dollars. Congratulations, you are the ultimate winner. But I ask, and then what? What happens after you get that check? What happens to the employees, to your customers, to your vendors as that new owner takes over? And what do they plan to do with your company and your employees? And that really highlights the contrast between what we celebrate today in our modern economy and employee ownership, which can look so different. If you were a SaaS company right now and said, why would you do this trust? We're going to ask you some questions that might make you more uncomfortable, because our trust is more about the future of the company rather than celebrating the exit of a company. And I think we have some quite compelling arguments to highlight. We're protecting the jobs, the people, the values, the culture, what people have come to love about this job. We are delivering a consistent promise to our customers that what we're doing isn't going to change, what we're about isn't going to change. To many degrees, our vendors depend on us as well. We're a really important customer to them. That is solidified, unlikely to change. We really shift the focus from an exit event to a longer term question about what can your company be in the future, and what can it mean, and what is worth preserving about your company. As an employee-owned software company, you'll see that show up very differently in our employees. We have a great number of people that have been here 5 and 10 years plus. That might show up in terms of our customer experience team calling and speaking with them as an employee owner. They are so motivated to make sure that you are truly, genuinely taken care of. We have engineers that are not necessarily so focused on build this, here's your specs, go build it. They are engaging with our account managers and our key accounts. They're asking to be on calls so they can make sure they're building what's right for you for the long term as well. You get this intense focus and teams that are engaging and care outside of their own team to make sure they're building what our clients ultimately really need. When you know that you're building it for your customers and your company, and that you and your family stand to benefit from that over the long term, it means a little more. Maybe you go that extra mile, maybe you ask that extra question. So our knowledge shines through and our intentions shine through a little bit differently when we're talking to clients. And I'm excited that other people get to experience the beauty of ownership, the pride that comes with it, and the extra hustle and smile on your face, and that doing a great job actually means a little bit more to you and your coworkers than it did before. And I think that's pretty special, and I'm thrilled that we can bring it to the market. As the first software as a service company to bring an employee-owned trust to the market, we're actually deliberately bringing stability to a market that frequently doesn't offer that. If you think about a typical successful SaaS product, that is frequently acquired by a publicly traded company or a private equity company. And I've seen change show up in 3 different ways. I've seen the new company raise prices. I have seen an acquiring company remove a lot of the team We've seen acquiring companies try to reduce expenses so they can make up what they paid for the company. And we're such a contrast to that because our promise through employee ownership is stability. We aren't going to change who we are. We have incredibly tenured people who have a wonderful relationship with this company as an owner. We're not changing our business model. We're not changing our product. In fact, our success is so directly tied to delivering value to a client over the long term. It really stands out, especially if you ask someone who has lost a favorite SaaS product or tool that they were using in their job, or it was acquired and it changed and it wasn't as good. If we're working for you, we intend to work for you together for a really long time. As the first software as a service, employee-owned trust, we show up differently in the market. There's a lot of software companies that their whole team is working towards an exit, right? And that exit is frequently a multiple of revenues. So profitability isn't really on their mind. Our motivations are a little bit different. We look a little bit more like an old school company. Like if 50, 60 years ago, you asked the founder or an entrepreneur what their exit plan was, they would probably look at you a little confused because they were trying to work towards profitability and long-term success and partnership with their clients. And we're a little bit more like that. We're building a company that depends on profits in the future rather than an exit in the future. There are so many beautiful advantages to this, and they're so different from what's been celebrated for the last couple decades, which is the exit event means you've reached the pinnacle of success. I know what it's like when your email starts filling up and the phone starts ringing with people that are interested in investing in or acquiring your company. And I'd like to just say to founders and owners, hold on just a sec. Like, please take a step back and consider, what have you built? What is its impact on people, customers, community, vendors? And could it work out better for you in the long run? Maybe there's a way that this company can be preserved. Maybe there is something here that can work out beautifully for not only you, but also your company, your employees, and the many, many other people that depend on your company or lean on your company, use your services, whatever it may be.